In medieval Europe, wood was everywhere. Cradles, carts, roofs and tools. Its strength was the backbone of daily life. A weak timber could mean disaster. A collapsed roof, a broken cart, or a snapped axe handle. Craftsmen were more than builders, they were guardians of safety, choosing wood with care and skill. The difference between a lasting cartwheel and one that failed was all in the wood selection and preparation. Even a simple bucket depended on strong, well-treated wood to hold water day after day. The longbow, a weapon of legend, relied on the finest yew, expertly chosen and shaped to flex without breaking. Every object, from church doors to ships, told a story of wood's hidden strength. A single weak plank in a ship could doom an entire crew. The woodworker's workshop was a place where survival and reliability were crafted, one sturdy object at a time. The medieval craftsman's true power was his knowledge, unlocking the potential of wood to hold his world together. In a world of hardship, the strength of wood was the difference between security and disaster. Every day, lives depended on the unseen strength within the grain. The story of medieval life is, in many ways, the story of wood. Medieval craftsmen didn't just cut wood, they listened to it. Instead of sawing, they split logs along the grain, a method called riving. This preserved the wood's long, natural fibres, making boards far stronger and less likely to warp or snap. The craftsman would select straight-grained logs, then use wedges and a beetle to split them, following the tree's natural lines. Each split was a conversation with the wood, coaxing out its best qualities. Split boards resisted water and rot better than sawn ones, lasting for generations as shingles, barrels and more. The secret? Letting the wood dictate the path, not forcing it. The strongest boards weren't forced, they were revealed grain by grain. This ancient wisdom gave medieval woodwork its legendary durability. The craftsman's eye and hand made all the difference. In every split board, the soul of the tree lived on. Freshly cut wood is full of water. If used too soon, it warps and cracks. Medieval woodworkers practiced patience, air-drying boards for years in open sheds, separated by spaces for airflow. Slow seasoning let moisture escape gradually, preventing splits and twists. A craftsman's workshop was a library of timber, each stack at a different stage of readiness. This foresight was an investment in quality. The true strength of wood was cultivated over years, not days. The craftsman's greatest tool was patience, letting wind and time work their quiet magic. Only then was the wood ready for a lifetime of use. In every seasoned board, years of waiting paid off. Even seasoned wood needed protection from water and insects. Craftsmen used natural finishes, linseed oil, beeswax, pine tar and tallow to seal and nourish the wood. Linseed oil hardened into a protective film. Beeswax added shine and water resistance. Pine tar coated ships and buildings, keeping out rot and pests. Each craftsman had his own recipe, blending nature's ingredients for lasting strength. These finishes did more than protect. They brought out the wood's warmth and beauty. The scent of pine tar and beeswax was the smell of durability. Medieval joinery was an art of strength. No nails, just wood. Mortise and tenon joints, cut with precision, relied on compression for a tight fit. Wooden pegs or tree nails locked joints together, swelling over time to tighten their grip. The draw-bore technique offset holes so pegs pulled joints even tighter. Hard, dry pegs and slightly moist timbers created joints that grew stronger with age. This is why timber frame buildings have stood for centuries. Their joints lock tighter as time passes. The genius was in using wood's own nature to create lasting bonds. No glue, no metal, just clever engineering and deep understanding. Medieval joinery was simple, elegant and nearly indestructible. Even the best wood can warp, but a master craftsman could fix it with heat and steam. By gently heating and moistening the wood, he could relax its fibres and reshape it. Warped boards were straightened, and barrel staves were bent into perfect curves. The process required patience and a careful touch. Too much heat, and the wood was ruined. Coopers used steam to bend staves, assembling them into watertight barrels. This was wood alchemy, turning flaws into perfection with nothing but heat, water, and skill. The ability to reshape wood gave craftsmen power over nature's quirks. Every straightened board was a small miracle of patience and technique. In medieval times, woodworking secrets were closely guarded, passed from master to apprentice. Skills weren't written, they were learned by watching, doing, and years of practice. The guild system protected this knowledge, ensuring only the worthy advanced. Apprentices learned to read wood with their senses, not from books. To become a master, one had to create a masterpiece, proof of true skill. This chain of knowledge stretched back generations, each craftsman adding his own small innovations. The secrecy kept standards high and skills sharp. The legacy of this tradition is seen in the enduring quality of medieval woodwork. The medieval woodworker's world may be gone, but his lessons endure. Respect for materials, efficiency and sustainability were at the heart of his craft. Splitting wood along the grain created less waste and stronger boards. Every part of the tree was valued, and finishes were natural and safe. The craftsman's work was in harmony with nature, not at odds with it. Today, these principles inspire us to work with, not against, the materials we use. True durability comes from understanding and respecting nature's rules. The satisfaction of a perfect joint or a well-finished board connects us to centuries of tradition. The story of medieval woodworking is a story of survival, ingenuity and wisdom. These are not just secrets of wood, they are secrets for a better way of living. Gap 1s. As our story draws to a close, imagine the craftsman's hands setting down his tools, the workshop bathed in golden afternoon light. But the journey of discovery doesn't end here. Gap 1s. On screen, animated wooden shavings curl across the frame, forming a rustic subscribe button. A delicate chisel gently taps it, triggering a satisfying click sound. Would you like to uncover more forgotten skills, timeless wisdom, and tales from the crafts of the past? Tap the subscribe button below and join our growing community of curious minds and makers. Each week, we bring you new stories, techniques, and inspirations from the world of traditional crafts. No sawdust in your hair, just knowledge at your fingertips. So, subscribe now. And let's continue this journey together. Your next adventure is just a click away.